An Australian processing plant in Malaysia could have an impact on the nation's forthcoming election as local opposition to the project grows. Residents of Kuantan in Malaysia's east have long questioned the benefits of the $800 million plant being built by Australia's Lynas Corporation to process rare earths. The company argues the plant is state-of-the-art, but residents fear the effects of low-level radiation. Southeast Asia correspondent Zoe Daniel is the first Australian journalist to tour the plant in Gebeng in Malaysia.
The Lynas plant is ready to go. Its temporary operating licence is approved. But an appeal from residents now means the company is awaiting ministerial approval. That's due within days. But the plant's owners are still battling to convince the community that it's safe.
I think it's absolutely understandable that the community, having heard things, questions, and we could have done a better job to explain. And the plant and the project has been designed for being as good as a refinery, mineral processing, or any type of other industry. So our target is certainly to explain that, but more than just explaining, as soon as we start to demonstrate it every single day.
The plant will process rare earth minerals from concentrate brought to Malaysia from the company's mine at Mount Weld, the world's richest source of rare earths. A process using heat and acid will extract high-value material for use in mobile phones, automotive manufacturing and energy-efficient light globes, challenging China, which until now has monopolised the industry. Engineering manager Wee Tiat Eng tells me that the process is done in pipes, sealed kilns and ponds, as is standard in chemical processing. In this case, there's also the presence of low-level radiation in the naturally occurring radioactive material, thorium. The list of safeguards provided by the company is long. Gas waste is cleaned before it's expelled into the air, which is monitored for radiation. Ponds are elevated and heavily reinforced, and high-tech equipment guards against leaks. Wastewater will be treated to drinking water standard before being released. The main waste to result from the process is gypsum, which the company plans to store here short term and then further process to reduce radiation to close to zero before recycling it into things like road base, an accepted use elsewhere in the world. Extensive modelling has been done and the company's confident, but the exact remaining radiation in the gypsum waste won't be known until the plant is up and running, and that's the community's concern.
It's still in a trial basis in Lynas here because they don't have any other plant in the world. This is the only plant that they have here. And at the same time, they will use all the people here as their analysis, as their lab rat.
The nearest village is a number of kilometres from the plant. Recently, fear of environmental contamination and health effects spilled over into a rally attended by thousands, said to be the largest environmental protest in Malaysia's history. The company is now suing the Stop Lynas Coalition for misinformation, but allaying community concern will be difficult.
Our foremost concern is when we see the effects and feedback in Fukushima, Japan, in Chernobyl, Russia and India. This is dangerous even if they say they have safety measures. How long will these safety measures hold? If it gives way, the people here are the ones who will be affected.
Community members accuse Australia of using Malaysia as a dumping ground, while the company says its reasons for setting up here are purely economic.
Of course, I will take it as Lynas use Gebeng and Malaysia as a dumping place.
Australia dumping waste on Malaysia, certainly not. Again, the plant has been set up here. We're looking for infrastructures for sustainable energy, water and chemicals.
An election is expected at any moment in Malaysia, and it's likely to be the most closely contested in the country's history. The controversy over the plant is expected to affect 4 marginal seats in this area. 2 are already opposition held. 2 more are expected to swing based on the environmental and health concerns of the community and their lack of trust in Lynas and the government.
One of the community's key concerns is the potential contamination of local waterways. And while the company has vowed that that won't happen, people still fear that this plant will ruin their way of life.
At such an advanced stage, it seems implausible that the government will refuse to allow the plant to operate. But for political reasons, the final go-ahead may be delayed until after the election. Zoe Daniel, Lateline.